standing outside and trying to deal with stuff on the seat of the van, which was, don't be standing too close to the van when you open the door, or
Or a little step will poke in your ankle.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, I had that happen yesterday as well. Similar. Yes, a good lesson for everyone.
Yes.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, April 2nd, and I'm here with my friend Mike, and we've got the Zion. We're at Manning Park in BC, and we stayed overnight in the Lightning Lake parking lot, which in wintertime you're allowed to stay in if you've got an RV or some sort of self-contained vehicle. We're the only ones here, not a big surprise. About -4, snowing lightly. We had a good night. It was very quiet. Snowed a little bit, but not too much. So this is a beautiful area, and lots of snowshoeing trails. Right behind me, and I'll show you in a second, is Lightning Lakes. And it's a series of lakes that actually run back kind of to the northwest, and you can paddle a canoe farther up there. Probably have a good hour, maybe more, just through several lakes. It's just a very pleasant place to be. But in winter, it's frozen over and it becomes a cross-country ski area, and there's a number of snowshoeing trails all around. So I'll just give you a quick picture around the whole area. Those are the washrooms, and they're open, and you can see how deep the snow is. Several of them there, a little information kiosk. You can just see us, our van parked, sticking out there on the other side of the snowbank. Looking back here, actually directly back there is another parking lot called Lone Duck. And we could stay there. It's a group camping area, but the road in was pretty rutted in the snow, and I just wasn't entirely sure the Zion would make it in and out. Haven't tried it in the snow too often, so we stayed here. This is very nice, obviously. You can see there's a building in front of me with a canoe on top that says rentals, and that's because right beside it is Lightning Lake. This lake is not overtly warm, but in the summer you could swim in it. So just a beautiful area. You can see up to some of the small little hills, but behind us are mountains that are probably about 8,000 feet, something in that range. We're going to do some snowshoeing around here. We'll follow more up the lake and give you some videos from later in the day.
Cheers.
Cheers. First morning at Manning Park.
Yep. Surrounded by snowdrifts 20 feet high.
Just like when we were little kids and we had to walk to school through them.
Exactly.
As I recall.
Yes. We're hoping that we can get out by removing the air conditioner and climbing out through the roof.
Actually, we're saying it's actually a fairly nice morning. I forgot, I moved the thermostat. I think it's like -3 or something, so it's not too cold. -3 Celsius.
Light snow.
Yeah, light snow.
And it snowed about 2 centimeters overnight.
Yeah, probably. So, I mean, I think we can still get out on the road comfortably enough, and it'll be, I don't know, we don't know whether I mean, they've obviously plowed this road, because you can, I don't know if you can see through the camera, but, or the windows, but there's snowbanks. So we're making the assumption that they will plow the road on a regular basis, or in the worst case, we would be walking up to the Manning Park Lodge and requesting them to snowplow the road so we can get out. It is actually one of the things I'm a little concerned about, because the weather forecast for tomorrow had between 5 to 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters would be, what's that in inches? 4 inches? 4.5, something like that?
Yes.
If someone
I
is...
was tempted to say 7, but yes.
We'll soon see. I'm sure someone will check it out on Google. 20 centimeters is like 7.6 or 7.8 inches. So yeah. There we go. You can divide it in half. But I'm just a little worried about tomorrow. We're supposed to go back. We're going to do a snowshoeing trip later today. And I just want to check the weather forecast so we get near the lodge to see whether or not it looks like the roads will be okay. We're just about to make some breakfast. I think it's going to be something exciting, like maybe a couple of fried eggs and some baked beans. Oh, and we have some fresh, I think it's mango. Ooh. Ski hill's closed, so it's going to be one of the reasons that we probably won't see anyone, because the ski hill is now closed and the Nordic trails are open on the weekend. We will actually be snowshoeing on some of the Nordic trails because they're still here. And I actually don't know if we're going to have to trail pass fee, because I'm not entirely sure they're open.
No, and when we attempted to pay it yesterday, it turned out that the office had closed at 4. We were there after 4, so we did endeavor to pay the fee.
We did. So spirit intent is there. Whether or not we're actually able to have a cash transaction, morally we've done the right thing.
Yeah.
Last year when we were here, we never saw anyone on the trails at all. Actually, the second day trip that we did was here at Lightning Lakes, and I think the only time we saw anyone, because I remember we were about 20 minutes from finishing on the way back, we'd gone out for a few hours. Mike said, "Do you realize we haven't seen anyone at all for the last 2 days? So unless there's somebody in the parking lot," and there was a couple in a van parked probably where we are, just having lunch.
There we go. Things not to do.
Yes, Mike got it.
That's somewhere.
Okay. This is a specially designed toque used for covering the smoke alarm when cooking.
Mountain Peak's just about opened up. Hey, help!
So that is our destination for our day hike for today. The top of Mount Atrocious. We are hoping to have our lunch on the summit. It will be a hard climb, but we are up for it.
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger beats, whoever the mountain climber of the year is.
That's right. Man, that was an exhausting climb. I am very tired, but we have really earned this lunch. And it is such a pleasure to find these trees up above the snow line, the tree line in the Alpine.
This looks good. So what's for lunch? We have apricots, dried apricots,
cheese,
bagels,
and
fresh bagels,
and a sausage. It is, which, depending on which day it is either a gendarme or a bierbesser.
and I'm not sure I would know the difference without.
The gendarme is shorter and rectangular. The bierbesser is longer and sort of knobbly looking. That's the bierbesser.
There we go. Nothing like a beer besser.
That is so true. And you know what bierbesser goes well with?
Yes. Unfortunately, we have no beer. So the biggest danger from wildlife here, whiskey jacks.
That's right. Two of which are hovering behind us on this branch.
That's right. If we leave our food unattended for probably 30 seconds,
Yes.
you'll see a bird come by and take it. And they could probably pick this whole thing up and carry it away.
Yes. Yes, that's the question. How ambitious are these whiskey jacks?
If you could,
I hope there was snow on me. I hope that was snow and not Whiskey Jack making a point.
Yes.
I'm actually going to take a little bit of bagel.
Okay.
I'm actually going to put some on your head. You can laugh, but...
Well, hooray for Hollywood. Good. Unfortunately, its little talons didn't become embedded in my toque.
I think next fall it's going to be looking for your hat to build a nest for its family.
No doubt.
And now it assumes it owns us.
Yes.
This is the last bit. That's a lot of bread. I was kidding about stealing the sausage, little friend.
Blue cheese, smoked salmon, crackers, tea. The rewards of a long hike. One shot. One shot.
Over the teeth, past the gums. Look out, digestive system. Here
Here
it comes. That is awful.
It's not awful, but if you're used to drinking kombucha, it's like concentrated kombucha. Good morning. It's our second day here. It was supposed to snow last night and it didn't, as you can see. And a little disappointing because it would have been beautiful, fresh snow, but we've got lots of snow. And it means that when we leave today to head back to Vancouver that we won't have to drive through any treacherous roads, hopefully. It's just great here. It's been beautiful. You can see the scenery that is right outside where we're camped. And we've been the only people here for the last 2 nights, which is a positive. Everything worked well in the van, with the exception of that clicking noise for the furnace. So the furnace has worked fine. But before it starts to run, it produces a series of clicks, and they're loud. And then the furnace kicks in and everything works. But it's gotten a little worse now that when the furnace starts to run, the first 30 seconds of the furnace, you also hear this clicking. So I'll try a couple things this morning, but likely it's something we'll just have to take to the dealer. It's a little annoying, but not that bad. But it could get worse. But the one thing for me that I've found, you've seen in our previous, if you saw our review video, you saw how the furnace in the Zion is relatively loud. But using it constantly now for the last 2 days in the winter, and last night it was maybe just -3, it wasn't that cold, you actually do get used to it. And I'm actually at the point now where when it comes on, I actually kind of find it a little bit reassuring because I know that the Zion's about to get a little warmer. Anyway, it's a great day. We're going to get out and do probably a 2.5, 3 hour snowshoe in some other areas. Yesterday we went out around that way, as you may recall, if you look at the beginning of the video. And today we'll probably go a little farther over in the park and do a short snowshoe.
So, 3,000 kilometers and it's Buenos Dias, Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico, next stop. The beauty of MSR snowshoes, I don't think they ever lose grip.